This is quite possibly the worst second date from hell. And carrying on from my first video, Sarah is on a date with Charles and she realises her intuition is telling her that something bad's going to happen after a nightmare, after multiple red flags. And while she's out on a hike, she notices another man is joining them. All of the red flags that she's experienced, she doesn't bother asking any questions. She doesn't let this man come anywhere near her. She just turns and runs towards the highway. For the first 20 seconds, she says that Charles is saying like, hey, what are you doing? Is this a joke? And then very quickly, he turns aggressive. He starts swearing at her, saying like, you better come back here, like you're dead. Basically, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're embarrassing me, all this stuff. Doesn't stop once. She just keeps on running. She's running and running, and then she remembers the nightmare she had the night before. She's pretty much living her nightmare. She's being chased through the woods. She can hear the hum of the cars getting louder and louder, knowing that the highway is nearby, but she says that the terrain is getting like really dangerous. There's like fell trees everywhere. Like it's just a mess. You can't imagine running through your life with so many fallen trees. It's like an assault course. And she notices that she's actually running downhill and the highway is then uphill. And she knows that as soon as she starts going uphill, that's when she's vulnerable. And that's when this man is going to catch up with her and do God knows what to her. That's when she says that she hears this voice again saying, you need to hide. You need to hide. So she gets to this verge where pretty much if she goes uphill, she ends up at the highway. But at the bottom of this verge is just like litter, fallen trees, debris, just like brambles, just a mess. And she decides just to bury herself. She can hear this man, Charles, like running, like calling her name. He's making up like a lot of excuses. He's saying, if it's that other man, like I don't even know where, like who he is. Like, don't be scared. I understand if you're scared. Like, it's early in the morning. Let's just meet up. Like, I'm here to protect you, basically. She still decides not to even like move a muscle. She just wants to stay hidden. She says it sounds like he's basically on top of her at this point. Like, as soon as she pops her head up, they're going to find her. That's when her fears are confirmed, when she hears another male voice saying she might be on the highway by now. And that's when she hears Charles again say, that fucking bitch, I knew she knew something was up. Sarah says that she's laying in this ditch for what feels like forever, and she doesn't want to move. She's scared. She even says that she wets herself. That's how frightened she was. Eventually, she pulls up the courage to move and pulls her phone out of her pocket and calls 911 and just cries her eyes out to this operator and says, like, I need your help. I was chased through the woods. I don't know where I am. And the operator is still saying, like, don't move. We will bring people to you. They are, like, quite frankly, in the middle of nowhere, but she is really close to this highway. And the operator's on the phone to her saying, like, can you hear the sirens? She can't hear anything. And eventually she says, I can hear the sirens. And she goes, okay, can you safely make your way up to the highway? She's really scared. At first she, like, looks around because she thinks these men are going to pop out of nowhere. She eventually feels like she's safe. She crawls up to the highway. And that's when she gets into the police officer's car. Nowhere near her hometown, so they take her to the nearest police station where they interview her, and she just tells them everything. She tells them about her intuition, that she knew something was bad. She tells them about the red flags, and she also says she said the thing that made her scared the most is when she saw a single lady's shoe. Because when do you ever lose one shoe out on a hike? Like, it's not normal. And that's what made the police really listen to her. And they said, like, can you give a description of the shoe? Can you give a description of exactly where you are? If we give you a map, can you point out, like, these gates that this guy had to get out and unlock? She did that. And also during the interview, they said to her, like, is your name Sarah O'Malley? I'm making that up. And she says, yeah. She goes, okay, we've actually had a call from another police station that your sister-in-law is worried about you. So the call that she made to her sister was 100% worth it. And over the next week or so, the police were in touch with Sarah quite a lot, trying to get as much information out as possible. So Sarah eventually asked, like, is everything okay? Like, I thought I was going mad. I knew I was in danger, but you keep on asking me these questions. Is there something about this man? All the police say to her is the information that you've given us has been vital in a missing person case, with the description of the shoe that she saw matching one that belonged to a missing person. And that missing person was a Native American woman. In that area, missing Native women is quite hot, and the police and the media rarely talk about it or cover it. They also told her that they believed that Charles was an alias name and all of the Instagram profiles and dating profiles were all fake and all deactivated. They also couldn't give her any more information about this other mystery man, but they knew he was probably an accomplice. And Sarah unfortunately never got like the full like ending that she wanted, like her finding out who this man was and him going to prison. It feels like telling her story is her way of releasing this trauma and just let other women know that always tell your friends where you're going and never really trust somebody, even if you feel like you do know them. She also says that she knew she had a guardian angel watching over her. The nightmare that she had, all of these red flags, her intuition. She says that somebody was helping her, and hearing that ghostly female voice, she's adamant, is this missing person? The story is kind of true crime with a paranormal crossover, and the scariest thing isn't the paranormal, it's the man, which honestly, we're just used to it now. First time I heard the story was on Spooked podcast. It's quite an old one. I'll try and link the story below if I remember the name, because last night I was just thinking about the story over and over again. So let me know your thoughts on it. It's truly a terrifying story. It's so scary.